The word Apex refers to the highest possible point in something, but from the looks of it, EA's stock is very far from its apex, dropping way down even after the launch of Apex Legends Season 2. With a drifting player base and infrequent content updates, how much longer can Apex Legends really last? Respawn Entertainment launched its second season of additional content for the Battle Royale title Apex Legends last week and added plenty of much sought after features. The update added a new legend to play as, new skins, new emotes, new challenges, map changes, and a ranked mode. The reception to the update has been mixed, with some praising the new L-Star weapon from Titanfall, the new character Watson, and the balancing changes. Redditor Drunk Samurais, a man of few words, had this to say about the L-Star weapon. The thing is a beast. CK Sunny likes the gun but didn't like Watson. L-Star fucking shreds in my opinion, medium to close. Watson seems underwhelming as shooting down her fence is very quick and easy, but I guess we'll see how it goes. On the other hand, Zunicorn felt the opposite. Honestly, I hate the L-Star. Way too overpowered. I like playing as Watson. Others have criticized the map changes for being insignificant, the challenges for being annoying, as well as the continued overabundance of cheaters. Reddit user Threaded Pommel was particularly displeased with the new challenges. I don't even bother with the daily challenges. They're still too specific for daily challenges. I'd rather just play how I want to for my limited free time after work. The dailies should be more generic and not character specific. User FlexTape Flexin also said, RIP Ranked flooded with hackers in gold, and it's kind of hilarious to see how many hackers there are. When talking about rotating the old map alongside the new one, Keitaku said, meh, the difference is not enough to call one the old map or the new map. I do think Kings Canyon will continue to see changes, but I hope they're going to release a completely new map at some point so we can rotate between the two. Despite the varied response to the new season, it's clear EA stockholders aren't happy, with the company's stock dropping to the lowest it's been in 5 months, falling 5% on Friday morning. Funnily enough, 5 months is exactly how long the game has been out, so the company's stock is now lower than before Apex even launched. The game is also struggling to keep up on Twitch, which may help to explain the stock drops. On Friday, CNBC published a report detailing how the game lost thousands of Twitch viewers. The game was consistently hitting 100,000 viewers on average per day just after launch in March, but the new season is getting just 45,000 viewers according to Twitch Tracker. The game was averaging as low as 12,500 average viewers by the end of June. The game's early success can be boiled down to the professional streamers that EA paid to stream the game before and during the game's launch. Now, with interest waning, even with the new update, it's not looking good for the game, which seems to be the only thing keeping EA afloat. However, Reddit threads remain full of players engaging in Apex-related content, so there's still a loyal player base, at least for now. The general vibe from Apex players is that the season is fine, there are some good additions, but not substantial. And it's not just EA who are struggling though. Activision fell 3.4%, while Take-Two fell 1.9% on the same day as Apex's drop. When talking about the new season, Nick Lucuris, an investment advisor at Gerber Kawasaki Incorporated, said a lot of people were expecting this season to kind of blow them out of the water. I wasn't too impressed. He suggested that crossplay may be the game's saving grace, as it really helped pull Fortnite back up.
What, EA are struggling? Gutted.
I know.
That's a shame.
It's almost like they've been struggling all year because they've had a real shit show of it and they're not very good at making money anymore.
Yeah.
So even with the new season, the game didn't really drum up that much more interest. I mean, 45, 47, something like 1,000 viewers on Twitch is better than it was, but it's still nowhere near what it used to be. So it's just more evidence that the game can't maintain that massive launch. Like, everyone loved it. It was great shooting. It was something a bit different, but still a battle royale, so it could still jump on that hype. But evidently, it's just not lasting.
It was a bit of a distraction, a bit of a, I don't know, it was, oh, look at this game, it's fun to play, it's got this awesome ping mechanic, and it's new, and it's fresh, and it's free. Let's play it, yeah, this is great. And then it just didn't do enough to keep players around, it seems. Like the 3-player, locked in 3-player, we said it before, there's no solos, there's no quads. You know, you either if you've got a group of 4 players, friends usually play, then one's left out. If you like to play on your own, then you're out of luck. You got to play against randos. There's just not enough options. This new map that they're bringing is the same map, but just with just an extra bit that's changed. So it's not an actual new map. It's just like the changed map. I mean, it works for Fortnite, I guess. Can easily criticize it to say that they're not developing fast enough. So, people are losing interest, and I can see why.
This season was delayed as well by like a month or so, so they're really just kind of scrambling to keep up. And Fortnite's still doing really well, so they've really got to step it up if they want to stay relevant. But it's EA anyway, so who gives a shit?
I think Battle Royale's dying. I think Battle Royale's days are numbered.
It's about time.
Speaking of about time, isn't it about time we got some nuggets?
While Apex Legends may be struggling on Twitch, League of Legends has reclaimed the top spot on the platform. The MOBA by Riot Games even managed to dethrone the Battle Royale titan Fortnite. According to Esports Observer, League has amassed 512 million hours watched over the past 6 months of 2019, putting Fortnite to shame at just 465 million hours.
IGN first published a video containing the first 13 minutes of Remedy's upcoming Control. The video introduces some story elements and showcases some of the environments and combat gameplay. The release is now just around the corner, arriving on consoles and PC on the 27th of August.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is receiving an undead update for the popular Zombies mode as well as the Blackout and regular multiplayer modes. The famous Nuketown map is being adapted into a new campaign for Zombies, multiplayer is getting 3 new zombie-themed maps, and Blackout's map is getting split into 2 different versions, also with a zombie makeover. The update is called Operation Apocalypse Z and goes live today on PS4 with other platforms coming later.
And as the Steam summer sale draws to a close, Valve have decided to apologize to customers by offering some more free games. The event, which we covered in depth in a previous video, was so confusing and messy that customers and developers were left complaining about it. Well, on a positive note, Valve are now giving away 5,000 additional free games by way of an apology and promise to do better next time.
Capcom's been on a good run lately when it comes to game releases, but have bizarrely just dropped a mobile card game. Teppen is similar to the likes of Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, but will feature characters from Capcom franchises such as Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Mega Man, and Street Fighter. The game is available now in North America and Europe, and unlike its contemporaries, plays out in real time.
Speaking at E3, CD Projekt Red's Alvin Liu said console players of Cyberpunk 2077 should not worry about the graphics which will be delivered on their limited hardware. Quote, "We're targeting consoles as first-class platforms and it looks amazing there. So obviously if you spent, $2,000 building your PC rig, it's going to look better on that, but the graphics are quite amazing for what you're going to get from Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles and low-end PCs."
We're constantly told that streaming is the future of video games, but Shigeru Miyamoto, the industry icon behind some of Nintendo's biggest titles, thinks games will still be fun without it. During a Q&A at Nintendo's AGM, he said, "I think that cloud gaming will become more widespread in the future, but I have no doubt that there will continue to be games that are fun because they are running locally and not on the cloud. So while streaming may well be the way the industry is going, we can still expect some games without horrendous latency and connectivity issues from Nintendo."
And last up, Hideo Kojima has been doing what he does best and sharing photographs on his Twitter account. He's recently shown off 3 new behind-the-scenes screen images of the upcoming Death Stranding, running in the offices at Kojima Productions, now only if he could make games as well as he posts tweets. And there you have it for your gaming news nuggets for today. If you want to check out anything that we've just mentioned, there is a link to everything in the description of this video. Next up, let's do a joke. And the jokes come from the Discord community, which you can get access to over at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. For as little as $1 a month, you can get access to our Discord with all the awesome bad dad jokes.
There were plenty of good ones here, but I picked the one that I thought was the funniest, and it's the rudest, and that's always a bonus. It's from Jason Jackson. "They say masturbation is better with a dead arm. Apparently, I ruined that funeral." I mean, the less said about that one, probably the better.
Last week, we published a video covering the developing controversy surrounding G2A. And if you missed it, the situation sparked when a bunch of indie devs said something along the lines of, "G2A is bad, you should pirate our games instead." The day after we published our video, we were contacted by a representative of G2A via email. It contained a statement explaining how G2A was just misunderstood, that stolen keys aren't actually sold on its stores, and challenged anyone to prove otherwise. We will pay developers 10 times the money they lost on chargebacks after their illegally obtained keys were sold on G2A. The idea is simple. Developers just need to prove such a thing actually happened on their stores. We're not doing this because we're the ones to blame, but because we want to finally stop the accusations we've been getting from some devs. The alleged frauds didn't happen in our ecosystem, but on their own stores. This was a surprisingly brazen and arrogant response from a company who you would expect a little humility from while it attempts to repair its tattered reputation. But now, in what seems the most desperate attempt to repair its public image, the company has resorted to, well, what else? bribery. The company sent out emails offering to pay gaming journalists and websites for favourable coverage. Thomas Faust of Some Indie Games shared the email in a tweet which read, "We are trying to improve our brand awareness and public image. We have written an unbiased article about how selling stolen keys on gaming marketplaces is pretty much impossible. We want to publish it on your website without being marked as sponsored or marked as associated with G2A. If you are interested in publishing the article, please provide me with the pricing and details about your options for such content publication." Now, if you didn't know already, not disclosing sponsored content is a breach of FTC rules in the US and Advertising Standards Authority regulations in the UK. G2A have since responded to the tweet. These emails were sent by our employee without authorization, for which we apologize to at Some Indie Games and the 9 other media outlets he sent this proposal to. He will face strict consequences, as this is absolutely unacceptable. The keywords there are strict consequences, which is just another way of not saying that he's been fired. An employee who has questionable morals and who's willing to risk his own job for the good of the company is very unlikely to be fired by the likes of G2A. You would be hard-pressed to believe that this was just the action of some rogue employee given the company's track record. Not only is the act of bribing someone to say nice things about you such a beautiful irony, it also proves that G2A is not averse to breaking the law in order to further its own interests. But that is likely no surprise whatsoever to you if you know anything at all about G2A. Like, we didn't get the offer of bribery. They didn't offer us any money. I wonder why that was, eh? We got an email saying that if you we appreciate if you tell people that how good we are. We didn't get offered any money. That's
just warm feelings is all we get.
That's weird. Can't even scrape the bottom of the barrel and offer us money. And what they did say was, quote, "We'd appreciate if our response would be published in order for the viewers to have a chance to make up their own minds based on a wide perspective as possible. Given what we've just learnt about them, I think people have got all the perspective they need."
It's the classic example of when you're in the hole, stop digging, like put the shovel away, because you're just making it worse. And the guy who was, seriously cautioned or whatever, like not
serious
fired.
Consequences.
Yeah, serious consequences, not fired. And that's because you told him to do it. Like, I would all but guarantee he's not like an outlier. He was part of a plan. Like, you know, they worked together. So, okay, we'll get you to do this. And then when you get caught, we'll say we're firing you. And you'll take the fall.
He had a pre-written article. Now, whether it was mandated or not, I mean, it's beside the point. The fact that there are agents operating inside the company willing to break laws like this it's just all you need to know about G2A. That is it. That is all you need to know about G2A, aside from all the other bullshit associated with them, all the controversies all the fraud accusations and everything else that goes along with G2A. The fact that this has happened and it's been allowed to happen, and it was only highlighted, and they've only apologized because it was highlighted in a tweet. Serious consequences. Yeah, we believe that when we see it. Like, he should have been fired on the spot, right? If you strongly believe that if you're a good person, that people like this should not be operating in your company, if they're willing to cross those moral lines, if you're a moral company, they should be fired. Not fired. What's that to you? So you can take your G2A email. You can write me another email if you want, asking me to cover again how balanced and in balanced and neutral way how good your story is. But unfortunately, there is such thing as objectivity, right? And there's no amount of like looking at this information that's going to make me think any better of G2A or deliver the news any. I mean, I was quite impartial in the last one. I was quite balanced, right? I gave two sides of the story like I normally do, and it was quite balanced. But lo and behold, you go around bribing people, you're gonna get fucked. So get fucked. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to the podcast, access to our Discord server, as well as all the other rewards on the Patreon page. Or if you can't afford it, you just want to support us, leave a comment, like the video, hit subscribe, hit notifications, and then choose like all the notifications because they fucking changed that as well now. So that's it from Henry and I. We will see you again in the next video. Until then, Bye for now. Forgive me if I don't get out the tiniest violin in the world and play it with like my finger. What is it? Is it SpongeBob SquarePants or something? Isn't it? It's the crab. Fucking search for it.
It's an expression. It's been around for longer than SpongeBob.
I know that.
Violin.
I know it's a tiny. But there's a fucking meme with this. Never mind.